Hi Collective, welcome back to another reading. It's Ego and Soul. Today we're going to get some love messages. Long time no see. I hope you guys are still tapped in and ready for some love readings. We're going to figure out what do they secretly want to say. This is mainly for people that aren't too heavily into a relationship. You're still getting to know people, or you have someone specific on your mind and just trying to see how they feel and what they've really been through when it comes to this connection with you and the things that they want to do moving forward. So stick around and get comfortable. Let's get into the reading. The person on your mind secretly wants to tell you that they've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes, trying to prove themselves worthy of being with you. They want to be someone that you can trust to be with in the future. With this Hierophant card, they want to be someone that you can see that they're worth your time and attention. Queen of Wands, the Empress energy. They want you to feel like they are someone that you can trust because they want to have enough going on for themselves in their life and to show you this very confident version of themselves because they don't want to have any insecurities or feel like they're not good enough or feel like they have to keep working on themselves. So that's really what they're working through, is feeling like they can't really speak up to you, or they can't share how they actually feel, or they can't start these conversations about the future, about a real relationship, start a conversation about actually working towards something together, because the Hermit energy is like I want to say they're scared to be alone. Not really scared to be alone, but all these cards coming out in reverse, like, mind you, I'm shuffling and accepting reversals, but it's also that they feel like things are very turned around whenever it comes to the person that they used to be and the person that they're becoming. Maybe you're making them feel less of an introvert. You're someone that is making them change their communication style. You're making them look at life differently and try to look at things from a different perspective because you're different, you're rare, you're someone that isn't easy to really see your full picture unless you really trust somebody. And I think that's why they feel like they're really trying to get themselves to measure up. And I've been getting this energy for a while, but at the same time, Page of Wands clarifying this Ace of Wands, this Ace of Swords is telling me that they are learning to show you with their actions now. They want to be able to take more actions towards you in terms of really proving that they want to start something with you, that they don't want to stay in their head. They don't want to feel any sort of insecurity or that they can't open up to you, because that's how they used to feel in relationships, that they couldn't trust their partner. They couldn't trust them with their heart, with their true energy, because they noticed that it wasn't genuine in the past. It wasn't something that they could trust. They weren't able to actually feel safe in these previous connections. So with you, they're learning that, okay, I have to put that old narrative down. I have to stop projecting that onto you. They have to stop trying to protect themselves from a heartbreak that is not even happening, a heartbreak that is not even, they're trying to stop making assumptions about how things go. We have the Emperor and the Empress came out coming forward. So this person does have their shit going on. They finally are making moves to the point where they feel very stable, confident in themselves. They have a place of authority over their lives or other things that they're doing, whether it's in their career or just other areas that make them feel like they have enough to really present themselves to you, and they don't want to feel like an option. I think that's the biggest thing. They just want to tell you that they wish that you're the only person that wants them, and they want you to be the only person, basically. So King of Swords, they want to tell you that they don't really want to go around trying to win other people over. They don't want to waste their breath or energy on anybody else. They don't want to entertain anybody else because maybe they used to be the kind of person that would avoid these sort of genuine connections because, right, the Three of Cups, because they felt like that energy was never matched. They weren't able to find someone that they could truly maybe be friends with, also have fun with, be someone that you can trust on different levels, instead of just everything is about the relationship. Everything is about the things that are romance based instead of overall very well-rounded relationships. And that's what they're manifesting with you, the things that they want with you. And they're seeing that you are just that type of person naturally, but at the same time, you are not chasing any relationship. You're not chasing anybody. You're not focused on trying to go out or to maybe just try to start any sort of serious connection, because of the fact that you are just doing your own thing. And oh my goodness, Lovers. I love when the Lovers card comes out, because yeah, they just want to tell you that they don't want anything unless it's with you. Basically, they don't want to feel like they have to be this person on the outside with that King of Swords that is trying to mask, or not being able to open up, with that being in reverse, not being someone that can look, 3-3 is significant and 1-1-1 is significant. They don't want to be someone that feels like they have to control everything mentally. They don't want to feel like they have to keep going behind you in terms of they really want to tell you that they're doing a lot of mental work to not project their past onto you. They don't want to project anything that will make them feel nervous to be in a connection or to open up, because they have a very strong intuition about you. They feel like this Death card in reverse, it's like they know that the cycle that they've been in has stopped, and they understand the Three of Pentacles shows that they've been working together with, whether it's the people around them, their friends and family, to really heal and grow through these things and to learn the lessons about their previous relationships, or they've just been able to spend that time with themselves and their spirit team to realize the kind of people that they want to have around. And you're that kind of person, simply because you don't make them feel hurt or lost, or you don't give them any of the same energy that they received in the past. In this Eight of Wands, that's why they really want this future with you. They want to be able to rush towards you to start a connection, but they are at the point where they just understand your energy. They want to match energy, but they also want to make sure you know that they're really attracted to you. With this Ace of Wands, they just love being in your energy because you are able to reciprocate in terms of just the little things that you do, or any times that they've had to collaborate with you, or you guys went out, or just any sort of connection that you had. They understand that it was very genuine, and that's why they're really attracted to you, because they know that, yeah, Queen of Swords, and they had the King of Swords in reverse. They know that you're the type of person that you're honest, you're upfront, you let people know what it is and what it ain't, and you are clear about the things that you want in your life. Maybe even clear to this person that, hey, I'm not really focused on a relationship right now. I have my own things going on. And you've explained to this person that you have certain standards or certain things you look for. This could be someone that's like, oh, what do you look for in a person? Just trying to break the ice, trying to see what you look for. Or this could be someone that has just been studying you in a certain way and seeing how you interact with others. And this Judgment card kind of confirms that, because they feel like they just really need to focus on having the right judgment when it comes to you. They don't want to kind of idolize you in a way where they don't see you as a person. They want to see you as your full self, and understanding that you, just like everybody else, has human traits to them with this like skull, but at the same time you have a sense of evolution in the person that you really worked to be, the person that you have went through darkness and learned a lot of lessons to become this brighter energy. And they also know that with all this like planetary energy, you're someone that is very focused on bigger and better things for your life. So they want to be able to speak to that. They don't want to start a conversation with you and feel like there's no depth. They don't want to start a connection and feel like they don't know how to connect with you. So that's a big thing for them, because even though in the past they really just dreamed of a future with you, they dreamed of doing something to really start a connection, a long-term relationship. Now that they're looking at things in a different way, they're viewing themselves in a higher light, they're viewing you as a person that they can genuinely take their time to get to know, because you guys have already communicated enough to where you've shown them positive energy, but they understand now they want to really take advantage of the energy that they have picked up so far about you and all the energy that has been building up within themselves. They want to be able to present something to you that makes you very interested, something that makes you feel like you're drawn in with that King of Wands. They want you to feel like they are doing something for you. Maybe they like acts of service or gift giving when it comes to showing you their love language. The Four of Swords in reverse, they stopped feeling like they couldn't have this connection with you. They stopped feeling like they aren't able to open up and express themselves, and that's because they've done a lot of inner work. They take a lot of time to become this version of themselves, because they never was like this in the past. They never really sat and thought and think about what they wanted in a connection. They never sat and really pondered about a future with somebody this much, and they've never had to sit with themselves for this long, just trying to understand what it is that they need to do for their life. And now they see that there's not that internal conflict. They don't feel like there's pressure from outside. They don't feel like anybody's in their ear trying to convince them certain things, or they're having to fight off any exes trying to come back around, or people trying to be in their energy. They're like, okay, I'm done with all that. I'm done with the past version of myself. And they want to be as compatible as possible. They want to be able to be present with you where you are and the kind of connection that you already have. They want to be able to maximize off of that, because they understand creating this connection now will open you up in the future to feeling a lot more connected and finally being able to get on that romance page, get on the page of a relationship, or taking the next steps to having a stronger future together. And so that's the first part about what do they feel and what is it that they want to say. So we're going to get some more cards from Spirit just overall on this relationship. If you're enjoying the reading so far, don't forget to let me know in the comments what resonates, or you can drop a sun emoji to show that you're a part of my soul tribe. You can always go to my description, book a personal reading, or you can join my membership, be one of the first people, and you get extra exclusive readings every week about love or just overall guidance from your spirit team. When it comes to the future of this relationship, they really feel like a new start is coming, because they have released a lot of that negative energy that they held on with themselves. Like I said, insecurity was a thing, feeling like they weren't enough, feeling like they had to match your energy or do something to win you over. That energy has finally subsided within them, and they know that they can approach you without that baggage, without that sense of overthinking, because they've done work on themselves. You got Scorpio, Capricorn, Taurus, Pisces, and we have a lot of full moon energy. So next full moon or the previous full moon can be very significant about things changing, because releasing negativity, end of a tough cycle. And with this new moon energy, it's like that's whenever a new start is going to be coming. So whenever you just check your calendar and see when these new moon, full moons are going to happen, because that's when things are going to start changing and picking up. And that's because they've finally changed the tune about how they look at things. Personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. Exactly. They've stopped overthinking. They've stopped feeling like they can't be themselves. Your commitment is being tested. They've stopped feeling like they have to rush this connection because they really trust that you see them. They trust that there is a connection in the future. They trust that prosperity lies ahead. So despite any slow movement, the time to give rather than take. We have new moon in Virgo. Let's get some clarity on that card. Actually, very close to achieving your goals. So they realize it's time to give you the energy that they have been wanting to. Oh my goodness, Virgo twice. So Virgo is significant. And yeah, like I said, full moon, new moon is very significant, where things are going to start changing, or whether it's within them, they know that they've made a lot of internal changes, because this "you are good enough" energy is significant to them, where they have stopped shitting on themselves. They've stopped feeling like they aren't enough, and that's what this commitment being tested means. They understand that's the energy that they have to keep if they want to keep being with you or keep being in a connection with you, because they can see your stability, they can see your confidence, they can see the things that you have to offer, the things you bring to the table, the person that you're becoming, and the person that you continue to showcase is inspiring. They admire you, and they know that you don't hang around people that aren't able to fit your vibe, aren't able to be on your vibration, not able to match your frequency. They can tell because you've been open about this. Oh, we have the answers you need are coming. So we also have Gemini energy. So I think the answers you need are coming means they're going to finally start seeing why everything played out this way. They're going to finally see why did it take so long for the connection to finally start moving and making progress. They're going to understand that whenever they start finally giving you their full attention or their fullness, and in terms of like actually being vulnerable, show the world the real you, being vulnerable. Aquarius energy is like very different. Every time I think about Aquarius, is like they're different. They have a different personality where they don't try to fit in. They don't try to make people like them. They just are themselves, and that's what people like about them. So nothing will come of the situation. Be bold and make the first move. So this is void of course moon. So I think they realize that they have to be themselves to move forward in this relationship. They have to be bold and to be honest and be open and be someone that can actually just stand their ground in your presence, because we know that you're powerful. We know that you have a divine wisdom and energy. We know that you are someone that is very influential with your energy, just with your presence alone. So that's why they've stopped kind of overthinking, because they know that that's just you. You don't have to say too much because your energy speaks for itself. They know that you don't have to chase because you attract. They know that you don't have to say anything to say everything, you know, in terms of what it is that you see in this relationship with them. So I think they can just tell the way that you treated them so far is just a reflection of the person that they've shown up as. So don't let pride get in your way. It's time to take action. So yeah, they don't want to feel like they can't be proud of who they are, but they also don't want to feel like you're too good for them. They want to kind of let go of that energy, and they want to feel like they can actually see you just as a human first, instead of really idolizing you or putting you on this high pedestal. As much as they see you that way, they understand that they gotta take you down from that romanticized version that they see you, that halo effect, and start looking at you as a person that they want to connect to on a human level. And that's why we have believe in the impossible. Time to take action to me is like they understand that doing things for you is going to make a difference, but at the end of the day, there's nothing that they can do for you that you can't do for yourself. And so that's why they're like, okay, I have to really have faith that we are going to be as compatible as I hope we can be. We're going to literally faith in your dreams. Faith in your dreams. They really hope that you are going to connect the same way that they want to. What do you need to release? So I think over time, over these next weeks, up until this next new moon or full moon, depending when you're watching, but yeah, they really want to release the fact that this nothing yet set in stone energy to me. Actually, let's clarify. I want to clarify with the bottom of the deck. Step outside of your comfort zone. So they know that they cannot gauge the progress of your relationship when they're quiet. They can't gauge that just based on the things that they do for you. They have to connect with you. They have to open up, work through your fears. So you got Scorpio energy. They feel like there's a lot of depth to them. There's a lot of things that they haven't opened up about because maybe in the past it was too much. Maybe in the past, like, you know, I was saying that people couldn't really match their energy, and that's what made them really cautious and guard their energy at first. But working through their fears and still having faith that you are their person, because there's something that is so magnetic about you, something that they're so drawn to, and it is beyond just your looks. It's about your essence and your energy that they're really addicted to, and that's why it's been so serious to them. It's such a serious thing for this relationship with you, because we have energy gaining momentum. Yeah, they understand that they need to release this feeling of things having to happen quickly or things needing to take a certain path. They want to keep things very open-ended, and they want to know that even if the relationship doesn't turn out step by step the way that they wish it would, they understand that them being themselves, opening up, starting a different level of connection with you, because they're having faith that you guys are actually meant to come together. Because I've said this in a reading before, they realize that you coming into their life is proof that they've leveled up energetically, emotionally, is proof that they have changed, and they're now attracting new people because you're on their radar, because you've given them a certain amount of attention, because you've been able to actually show them that you care in ways that make them continue to feel attached to you. So that attachment energy they normally don't feel. They normally don't feel like they need to go out of their way for partnerships or relationships because they've been let down, because they had low expectations, because they never met anybody like you. But meeting you, conclusions are within reach. We have full moon eclipse. So yeah, they know that this is finally the end of this season where they're not really in contact as much, or they're not opening up as much, because they understand that you're too rare to just pass you by. You're too much of someone that they don't want to let go of. They don't want to risk you not being in their life at all. They don't want to risk you leaving them behind. And it's not out of a sense of feeling fear, but it's a sense of they know now that they can meet you there. They can match your energy. They can get on your vibe and your frequency, and they don't have to do the most. They don't have to do the most to be respected by you. They know they don't have to change themselves to be appreciated by you, because they understand that the kind of person you are is not about material things. It's not about flashy things. It's not about the what you're capable of. As much as that's important, you're the type of person that before anything, any labels, whether it's, you know, you're successful, you're rich, you have a lot of influence in terms of, you know, where you are, they don't really care about that. They know you don't really care about that as much as you care about that sense of spiritual connection, that fulfillment, that connection that really they've been searching for within themselves. They haven't been able to learn how to have that connection with you because they haven't had that with themselves. They've never had that with anyone else, and that's what made them so nervous to reach out in the first place, but they finally learned that the only way to win you over doesn't have to be them going all out and spending a bunch of money or trying to take you here and there and try to do all this stuff for you. They know, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that's something that could impress you. But at the end of the day, they understand if they send you, let's say, edible arrangements and you're like, oh, okay, thank you, I appreciate that. They know, oh, potentially that could be the end of the interaction. But versus, let's say they try to talk to you at first, see how you're doing, get a vibe of what you have going on, see what you really need, see what you're really yearning for, and they get you something that you've mentioned instead of just thinking, oh, what would you like? They want to get to the point where they can hear you out, where they can speak with you, where they can connect with you before they do these gestures, before they go out of their way to really, like I said, win you over. So they have a lot of ideas and feelings and thoughts that have been swirling around inside of them that they haven't been able to express, but it has nothing to do with you. It's mostly about their past and healing and moving on from the way that they viewed relationships before. So overall, that's how they're feeling. That's secretly what they want to say. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.